Thank you. A little caught off guard here, but that's fine. Just before I get into the presentation that I wanted to do for welcoming Jason officially into our family, I want to read something from somebody who really wish they could be here for this special day. So, Nicole and Jason, it is with a very heavy heart that I write this message to you as you pledge your vows to each other today. I wish that you both have a lifetime of love, happiness, and good health. Follow your dreams. Take the time to laugh together every day and comfort and support each other when needed. With much love to both of you and Jaylyn on this special day, love and miss you all. Love, Lisa. So you've heard a few people make reference to a meeting that Jason and I had. Well, about 10 years ago, when Jason and Nicole first met, I think Nicole was about 17 or 18, and you know, he'd show up to pick up Nicole, and it'd be, sorry Jason, I can't even count on one hand how many times he came in the house at that time. Most of the time, Jason would stay in his car, drop Nicole off, or else stay in the car and Nicole would say bye. And, you know, it didn't sit very well with Nicole's mom and I. We didn't know who the heck this guy was, quite frankly. But we didn't say too much. I mean, at least to him. Poor Nicole, she heard it from us. But it was that one night that Nicole didn't show up. She didn't come home. And that was enough. Nicole, I said, I'm phoning Jason at work. We're going to have a meeting. Tell him I'll be calling him. So I called him. He answered the phone. I forget, to be honest with you, if I had to ask for him or if he answered the phone. But I told him, Jason, we need to meet. What time do you finish work? I think it was 3:30 or 4. Do you know a place called Finales? Yep. That's where we're going to meet. So Jason was there, you know, like a good applicant, because you know, he was there on time. He was there before I got there. When I got there, I walked into Finales, and there he was sitting at the table, no coffee, no drink, no nothing. But you know what he did have? He had his tie done right up like he was at an interview. So we walked in there, and we had a good talk. From all my accounts, when I left, I thought, you know, this meeting went well. The only thing is, when I drove home from that meeting, I couldn't help but get this image out of my mind. So how does one really welcome somebody into the family? So Nicole had asked me, you know, Dad, would you mind saying a few words to welcome Jason and the family? And initially I thought, geez, welcome Jason and the family. You guys have been together 10 years. You've got a beautiful girl together. You've been living together for, I'm thinking, gee whiz. But the more and more I thought about it, the more I realized, you know, there's a real serious comparison to one becoming a Canadian citizen, actually. As a matter of fact, these are the actual 6 requirements that one needs to meet to become a Canadian citizen. Likewise, these are the exact 6 requirements that one needs to meet to become a family citizen. Let me break them down for you. Number 1, age. And I'm sorry, because I need glasses now, and I can't read what I thought. I thought I was going to actually be able to view my own screen here. But number 1 is age. So for Canadian citizenship, you must be 18 years of age. For family citizenship, the groom must not be older than the parents. Number 2,
Canadian citizenship indicates that you must be a permanent resident, must have permanent resident status. The groom must permanently reside with the bride and never ever move in with her parents. Number 3, Canadian citizenship indicates that they take into consideration the time that somebody lives in Canada. For example, you must have lived in Canada for at least 3 of the past 4 years. Well, Nicole and Jason, you guys certainly nailed that one. You guys have been together, living together for 8 years. Number 4, language abilities. Canadian citizenship indicates you must have adequate knowledge of either French or English. The family citizenship, the groom must understand the language of the bride. For example, when she says no, she really means yes. When she says, I can't see from here, but...
I'm sorry.
What was that?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, she really means you'll be sorry. And there's one more there, but I think you guys all understand. When she says nothing's wrong, something really is wrong. Number 5. Criminal history. Now, I gotta say, on this number right here, I'm kind of thinking I might want to back up after I heard Ron speak. Okay, but Canadian citizenship says you must not have been convicted of a criminal offense or be in prison. And, you know, for the family citizenship, Jason, quite frankly, we don't want you to have a criminal record unless it's a Ponzi scheme where their parents can financially benefit. And the final requirement is number 6, knowledge of Canada. You must have an understanding of Canada's history in order to be granted Canadian citizenship. Well, family citizenship, the groom must know everything there is to know about the bride. For example, she is sassy. She is happy as when she drinks. But most of all, Jason, you must know that she is all of this. Beautiful, loving, loyal, and she's And you know, Jason, I know that you know that. And the reason why, Jason, I know you know that is because you're here today as Mr. and Mrs. Jason and Nicole Perot. And I also know you know that because everybody in this room knows that is Nicole right there. And the final thing that I will say, but before somebody becomes a Canadian citizenship, becomes a Canadian citizen rather, is they receive 3 tips. They receive 3 tips. And those 3 tips are, do what you're good at, get a survival job, and don't get into debt. Well, the 3 tips, Jason, to you for being in our family is number 1. What does it say, folks?
Stay in the background.
Yeah, this is a good one. Stay in the background, Jason, and here's an example. Here's another example. Number 2, Jason. Tip number 2.
Always make your woman in your life smile.
Always make the women in your life smile. For example, Jason. For example, Jason. And how could we forget Jason? For example. And the final tip, number 3. Always know, Jason, that your in-laws are truly here for you. And there's your in-laws. And once all of these things are met, then one actually receives an official certificate of citizenship. For example, this is an example of a Canadian citizenship certificate. Well, Jason, we have for you, and I need to ask if Beth and Danny are here. I know Beth walked out. Is Danny? Would you like to walk up here, please? I'd like to present to Jason. If you want to flip the slide, please. This is an example of the Certificate of Family Citizenship for the Ryland family. And the next slide is the official certificate of the Fredette family. And we actually have the originals. Just one moment, please. We'd like to offer you the official